So you're joining us from Vegas. So welcome to New England in the winter.
Yep. I fought here last November too.
All right, so
had a couple weeks.
So you're a little familiar with it, but do you think the cold weather is affecting you at all, mentally or physically?
No, because we haven't really even stepped foot outside.
Nice.
The fresh air actually reminds me a lot like BC. It's BC air, which is nice cool air. And yeah, like I said, I fought last November. It was freezing, but I feel like it was even colder than it was this year. I don't know why, but
yeah,
we're into December now. But
yeah, I'm not gonna complain. That's
yeah,
for sure.
no complaints. But definitely Vegas to Connecticut is a little different. But
and I always wonder about this when you're cutting weight and you're flying.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about that experience because I'm sure it can't be exciting.
No, you just gotta get an aisle seat because you're drinking tons of water.
Right.
So you don't want to be bugging the person. You're constantly peeing, and you just have to stay up on the fluids. Thankfully, this one I found a pretty good flight. It was a direct. I think it was 4.5 hours. A red eye. So I slept the whole time. Went, 11. I think it was midnight. Got here 7:30 local time, and that was it. It was a pretty breeze. I fought in Morocco and Saudi Arabia and Australia, and now those are
some flights. Those are some
fight
flights.
camp for that flight. You got a whole different process. You got to bring meals and water and track everything, and you're going back and forth time zones. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is easy.
So I saw on Instagram you were getting in some awesome rounds with a lot of great people. Dan Ige being one of them.
Yeah.
So how do you think that's going to help your performance on Friday?
Yeah, like sometimes I get a little in my head and nervous and whatnot, like every fighter does, anxious, and I just remind myself of the preparation. I'm training with world-class guys every day. Dan Ige helped me out quite a bit until he got his fight the last few weeks. We haven't, but then Julian Erosa, who's a killer as well, he's a great look for this fight. He's been helping me out the last month. He's fighting UFC, Dan top 10 UFC. Kai Kamaka's on the card, 145er, Boston Sam. We've got a bunch of 45ers that all have been getting ready around the same time. And it's just motivation, and it's just more so it just helps remind me that, hey, look what you're doing in the gym, and that you can just easily just as well do this in the cage. And Sanchez isn't on some kind of platform or pedestal. You're training with guys that are arguably better than him, so just go out there and do your job.
So you are coming off a couple losses, but it's good to have the mentality that you have right now. What kind of takeaways are you going to bring into the cage on Friday night that you experienced in your past fights?
Well, just the one loss, Oryx. Yes. Yeah, so that one.
He's like, don't get it twisted.
No,
it was one loss.
Yeah, he's got a couple losses. That's his own issue, but. Yeah, just the Borg's losses, it was tough. It kind of taught me to go all in, get after it. If you watch the fight, I was kind of just out there fighting but not fighting. Just the time was kind of elapsing, and I was fighting his fight, staying at range and just jab for jab, low kick for low kick, and kind of just losing these rounds.
Yeah.
And the 10-8 scoring system, it doesn't allow for that. So. You got to go out there and dominate. Make sure you bag these rounds, and right.
In my head, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Closer and closer.
Yeah, I was like, "What is this?" I thought it was a machine for a second.
Yeah, no, I think they're done now.
Okay, I think we're done.
But yeah, and the 10-9s, you can't. You've got to make sure it's a blast. So I'm looking at it like hard 5-minute rounds. I trust in my preparation that in a minute I can recover. And then it's another hard, it's 3 5-minute fights. And I'm just going out there to win every single fight, no matter what. And win every little exchange, be stubborn with my process. I don't want to give him an inch. I'm going back to my ways of just horse blinders, win this fight at all costs, win every second of every round. And that's kind of, that last fight helped me with that one. And the last fight I was very, present and almost too present, which is why I was just couldn't get out of first gear. And so I just want to take that, tweak it a little bit, and get back to my other ways too.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that was perfect.